Hi, Professor PJ here, focusing on vocabulary used in communication studies, which for this video is communication apprehension. While you probably know the meaning of these two words individually, they mean something different when put together. You'll encounter this concept, communication apprehension, in interpersonal communication and a version of it in oral communication classes like public speaking. If you look up this concept in dictionary.com, you get no results found for communication apprehension. Yes, there is an entry for communication, but I'm assuming you already have a pretty good handle on that one. For apprehension, the first definition, while a little ominous, is the most applicable in our case. Anticipation of adversity or misfortune, suspicion or fear of future trouble or evil. Okay, it means you are expecting something bad to happen, and you are nervous or anxious about it. The synonyms listed probably give a better clue: uneasiness, suspicion, worry, or alarm. And I can add a few more: fear, distress, dread, and as I said earlier, anxiety and nervousness. Let's put these two words together now to better understand the concept discussed by Dr. James C. McCroskey, considered to be one of the earliest researchers in this area: communication apprehension, apprehensiveness about communicating. The generally accepted definition is along the lines of the level of fear or anxiety associated with either real or anticipated communication with another person or persons. I say generally because the definition has broadened from what was originally stage fright specific to public speaking to all kinds of anxiety related to communication, be it oral or written, a trait of the individual, or isolated to a particular context of communication, such as interpersonal or dyadic, small group, meeting or large group, and of course, public speaking, or related to audience or situation. There are three key points to focus on in this general definition. The first is the use of the word level. This means that communication apprehension is not a binary concept. People are not classified as either having communication apprehension or not. It is a level of apprehension, or a scale, that runs from low to high with moderate in between. Secondly is what the adjectives low and high refer to. In other words, which word, communication or apprehension, is being labeled or modified as low or high. A common mistake is thinking that someone with high communication apprehension, or a high comm-app, is someone who has a high level of communication. They love to talk. Not true. In fact, it's the opposite. The word high refers to the level of apprehension, not communication. Thus, high comm-apps are highly apprehensive, nervous, fearful about, or dread communicating with others. And low comm-apps experience less apprehension. While low comm-apps tend to enjoy communication, it doesn't mean they have no apprehension, but their apprehension levels are minimal, lower than most. Third, look at the words real or anticipated in the definition. That means that the communication doesn't even have to take place yet, or ever. For some people, just thinking about the possibility of having to talk with someone is scary, while for others, the anxiety happens during the communication event. You're probably wondering, what's your level of communication apprehension? A quick internet search and you're on your way to finding out. Just type PRCA survey into a web search engine and you'll find lots of links to the PRCA 24, a 24-question self-assessment survey called the Personal Report of Communication Apprehension. While researching this video, I came across a website that will do the calculations for you, acrossculturesweb.com, and they even give you a way to interpret the results. Research indicates that about 20% of people in the United States are high comm-apps, while roughly 10 to 20% are likely low comm-apps, meaning that the remaining 50 to 70% of us, the majority of us, experience moderate communication apprehension. If you are in that 50 to 70%, your apprehension levels are typical. And now you may be wondering, what makes someone a high, low, or moderate comm-app? Is it nature or nurture? Is our level of communication apprehension due to how we were raised, our environment or experiences, how we were nurtured? Or is it a matter of genetics? McCroskey teamed with Dr. Michael J. Beatty to study this concept, and in 2000 they argued that communication apprehension can be inherited. So, nature, a concept called Communibiology. It has been suggested that these apprehension levels may be a combination of nature and nurture, 80% due to genetics and 20% due to our environment. And while we might not be able to eliminate communication apprehension completely, there are things that can moderate it. But that's beyond the scope of this video. Communication apprehension, and now communibiology, 2 more words or concepts you can add to your mental dictionary. I love sharing information like this, so check out my other videos. Learning about communication topics is fun and I think valuable.